To test the stand's height, she tossed her heel down, but it took a while before the shoe's thud was heard. Then he tossed the other one too. As he turned to climb down, he slipped and almost lost balance and nearly fell, clinging to the stand, struggling, but still fell. After 2.5 years of falling, she landed unharmed. The platform wasn't even adult height. She met a wealthy man at a show, fell in love, moved into his villa, and became the lady of the house. That day, the clanging woke her. She went downstairs and saw him fixing something on the wall. She thought it was for trophies, but he said it was her throne, facing her desk, to admire her beauty. When she said she needed to work, he asked her to quit, saying she just needed to sit on the shelf to be the world's most beautiful woman. She eventually gave in. He placed a soft cushion, and her life was all on. He wore a white veil, sitting on the shelf, receiving blessings. On their wedding night, this special bed became their wedding chamber. After becoming a rich man's wife, a woman is like a decorative figurine placed on a shelf, completing her daily meals in this confined space. Her only task is to maintain a perfect appearance. The wealthy husband, like admiring a piece of art, sits below and gazes at her. Initially, he would bring dazzling diamond necklaces and occasionally fresh flowers, but the sweetness didn't last long. He started coming home later and later, eventually stopping the gifts, leaving only a distant kiss. When the butler wondered why he returned empty-handed, the woman, full of sweetness, said his kiss was the best gift. Days passed, and he even skipped basic greetings, heading straight to his computer to work. The woman tried to start conversations, only to receive perfunctory responses. Heartbroken, she donned her most vibrant dress, but her husband ignored her and instructed the servant to turn his desk away. When questioned, he coldly said the lighting was better from that angle. Her tears finally broke free as she realized she had long been discarded. For 3 years, he ignored her calls, and she decided to escape this cage. The shelf she once easily stepped off now seemed like a deep abyss. She closed her eyes, leapt down, but having not moved for so long, her legs forgot how to walk, and she had to start anew like a toddler. For the first time in 3 years, she breathed the outdoor air. Even the water in the courtyard made her ecstatic. She hopped onto a passing delivery truck, arriving in the bustling city with neon lights, spinning and jumping like a child, enjoying the joy brought by the noise. Finally, she reached the seaside she longed for, rediscovering the freedom and happiness of being human. To become a rich man's wife, a woman is like a precious ornament on display for 2.5 years. The man occasionally brings her expensive jewelry and fresh flowers. She just needs to look glamorous every day. But soon, the man got bored and didn't even want to come home. The woman finally found the courage to jump off the pedestal. It was her first time in 3 years stepping onto the street, as happy as a child. She ran to the seaside, feeling the salty breeze, dancing barefoot on the sand. On a whim, she rushed into the waves until the tide drenched her, bringing her back to her senses. She was lost on where to go. Passing a makeup store, she saw her messy reflection, wiped off the smudged makeup, and redid her eyebrows and eyes, regaining her charm. Back at the villa, she grabbed an iron rod and smashed the pedestal. She wanted to say goodbye completely. In the past, he quickly smashed the stand to pieces. In no time, a year passed. Suddenly, a long line formed in front of a store. It turned out the woman had opened a beauty shop, and business was booming. She wanted to prove to everyone that beauty and intelligence can coexist. She was no longer a puppet and truly lived for herself. This story teaches us that life should be about blooming for oneself, not being someone else's accessory.